We shared one forbidden night. And nothing was the same again. I never believed a single night could change everything. But that was before her, before the one forbidden night that rewrote the story of my life. It began on a rainy evening, the kind that makes the streets shine with reflections and the world feel smaller, more intimate. I had been married to Sarah for 3 years, and though our marriage was steady, something inside me always felt like it was missing. Sarah was kind, dependable, but she had grown distant, consumed by her demanding career and the endless circle of social obligations. That night, Sarah was away on a business trip. I was alone in the house when the doorbell rang. I opened it to find Emma standing there, Sarah's closest friend since college. Emma. The woman I had always noticed but never allowed myself to truly see. She was trouble wrapped in silk, danger disguised as beauty. Her long dark hair clung to her damp shoulders, her lips trembling from the chill of the rain. "Can I come in?" she asked, her voice soft, uncertain. I hesitated for only a moment before stepping aside. She entered, and the air in the room shifted instantly. "I didn't know where else to go," she said, brushing strands of wet hair from her face. "My apartment flooded. Sarah said if I ever needed anything, I could come here." Sarah. Even when she wasn't present, she was between us. "Of course," I said, my voice steadier than I felt. "You can stay here tonight." She gave me a small, grateful smile, and in that instant, something dangerous stirred inside me. The hours passed quietly. We shared a simple dinner, made small talk, and tried to pretend we were nothing more than two people connected by Sarah's thread. But as the night deepened, the silences between us grew heavier, charged with an unspoken energy. Emma sat on the couch, hugging her knees, a blanket draped loosely around her. The flickering light from the fireplace cast shadows across her face, highlighting every delicate feature. "You and Sarah," she began, then stopped. "What about us?" I asked. "You're lucky," she whispered. "She's got you, and you're good for her." I laughed softly, though it came out bitter. "Sometimes I wonder if she even sees me anymore." Emma looked at me then, her eyes shimmering in the firelight. "I see you." Those words pierced me deeper than I expected. My heart raced, my body tense with a longing I had buried for years. I stood, needing to move, to break the spell. "Do you want some wine?" She nodded, and when I returned with 2 glasses, our fingers brushed. That single touch set fire to my veins. 1 glass turned into 2. Laughter replaced awkwardness. We shared stories, secrets, little pieces of ourselves that had been locked away. And then there was silence again, but this time, it wasn't empty. She leaned closer, her breath warm against my skin. "This is wrong," she whispered. "I know," I replied, though my hands betrayed me, reaching for hers. Her lips trembled as she said, "But it feels so right." The kiss was inevitable. It started hesitant, almost innocent, but quickly deepened into something fierce, hungry, desperate. Years of suppressed desire crashed into that moment, and the world outside ceased to exist. Clothes fell away, words became moans, and reason drowned in passion. Every touch was electric, every breath stolen. We weren't supposed to be there, tangled in each other's arms, but neither of us could stop. That night, she became mine. And I became hers. When dawn broke, reality returned like a cruel reminder. Emma slipped from the bed, pulling the blanket around her. Her eyes were full of regret and longing. "We can't ever talk about this," she said, her voice trembling. "Sarah, she can never know." I nodded, though my heart rebelled. "But what about us?" "There is no us," she whispered, tears threatening to fall. "Last night was a mistake." But the way she looked at me betrayed her words. It wasn't a mistake. It was the most real thing either of us had ever felt. Days turned into weeks, but the memory of that night haunted me. Every glance, every accidental touch when Emma was around burned with unspoken truth. Sarah noticed my distraction, but she chalked it up to work stress. The more I tried to bury what happened, the more it consumed me. And Emma, she avoided me, but her eyes gave her away. She felt it too. One evening, after a family dinner Sarah had hosted, I found Emma alone in the kitchen. Everyone else was outside. She turned when I entered, her breath hitching. "This is torture," I said under my breath. "You think I don't know that?" she whispered harshly. "Every time I see you, I want to." She stopped herself, shaking her head. I stepped closer, unable to resist. "Say it." Her eyes locked on mine. "I want you. Always. But it's wrong." I cupped her face, forcing her to look at me. "Then why does it feel like the only thing that's right?" She broke then, kissing me like she had been holding back for a lifetime. But before it could go further, footsteps approached. We pulled apart just as Sarah walked in, smiling, oblivious. That was the moment I knew. Our secret was dangerous, fragile, and hanging by a thread. Weeks later, everything shattered. Sarah left on another trip, and Emma came over under the excuse of helping me with some household work. The tension had grown unbearable, and when our eyes met, we gave in again. Another forbidden night. But this time, Sarah came home early. The sound of the front door unlocking froze us. Emma scrambled, panicked, whispering, "She can't see us." I shoved her clothes into her hands, my mind racing. By some miracle, Emma slipped out the back just as Sarah entered the living room. "You look flustered," Sarah said, narrowing her eyes. "Just cleaning," I stammered. Her suspicion lingered, but she let it go, for now. The guilt ate at me, but so did the desire. Emma and I tried to stop, we swore we would, but gravity pulled us together again and again. Until one night, she confessed. "I can't keep living like this," she said, tears streaming down her face. "I love you. I've loved you for so long. But I can't be the reason Sarah's heart breaks." My chest tightened. "And I can't pretend my heart doesn't belong to you." We stood there, torn between love and betrayal, between passion and loyalty. That night, we didn't touch. We just held each other, knowing our love was real but forbidden. And so here I am, months later, still trapped between two worlds. To Sarah, I am the faithful husband. But in my heart, in the secret corners of my soul, Emma lives. We shared one forbidden night. And nothing was the same again.